Hello, Protos. Welcome everyone to GNN Galactic News Network Live, the Galactic Disaster Season 4 briefing. Greetings, everyone. How has the 3 weeks been for you and everyone? And we do apologize for the audio issue. We're in a different studio today. So, how is my mic? Though, how is my mic? Are you able to hear the sound? Okay, it seems like everyone is good. Can you hear the sound? Clear. His vibe is off today. Oh, I'm feeling okay. So lots of things happened within the last 3 weeks. So did for CCN. Uh, CCN team and the global team, CCN global team prepared hard for this day, especially given the situation. I personally hope Protoss will be able to have some questions answered, as we have lots of lots of feedback and answered from the directors to go through from the beginning of GNN today. I actually have more than a few things to say before we go into the full introduction of Galactic Disaster Season 4. We first want to address the follow-up we promised regarding the Season 4 balance adjustments developer note that we received tons of feedback last week. These are the words from Mr. Seungyeon Choi, our live director, and Mr. Kibum Kim, our development director. First, we sincerely apologize for the disappointment many Protoss experienced due to the Season 3's season power adjustments. The first development note, we took the voices of our Protoss around the world and to heart, and delivered the second developer's note, but we feel that words cannot fully convey our sincerity. So today we would like to explain more in detail. We will explain why the various issues mentioned in the previous developer's note occurred, how we will correct them, and how we will make sure the same things does not happen again. On top of that, we will also share additional measures for the Protoss who were let down. First, the issues surrounding this balance adjustments arose because balance review was not carried out thoroughly enough. We are truly sorry for this. Taking this as a hard-hit lesson, we have secured as much balance review scheduling and workforce as possible. And to prevent reoccurrence, we have overhauled our process. We can tell you that we have completed building an internal system to fundamentally prevent such adjustments from repeating. The second thing we want to address is the matter of timing in responding to problems. With balance issues, there can be a time gap between when an update actually goes live, when we become aware of the issue, and when the matter is shared and acted upon. And we had no internal guideline on how to handle that time gap. This is the point where we reflect on most painfully in this whole incident. Rather than informing you, the moment we recognized the problem, we made the wrong decision that it would be better to adjust the balance before the new season begins. It was clearly our fault, and we apologize once again for this as well. Going forward, whenever a matter arises that we need to inform you of, we promise to share the situation as quickly as possible and to explain the measures we have prepared alongside it. We will approach every matter with immediate response when a problem occurs as our clear guideline procedure. Yep, and next, when we withdrew the seasonal power balance adjustments, we stated that future balance adjustment will not take the form of adjusting the effects of existing powers, but will instead proceed with the direction of raising the season power values for future seasons, including Season 4. For the Protoss who are concerned about power inflation regarding that statement, we would like to explain meaning of this raising the values, so to say, upward adjustment in a bit more detail. Internally, we have baseline level set during the balance design stage for how much impact the season power element should have on combat. As mentioned, the Season 3 season power ended up exceeding that level. The adjustment plan mentioned in the first developer note was one that would bring the Season 3 season power back within the level we had set. However, in that process, the time and effort Protoss poured into their Season 3 save data would be undermined. Pushing this adjustment through out of our own greed, knowing that would mean shifting a problem that we would bear onto the Protos. So we acknowledged our mistake and decided to fully redesign the balance level design itself to match the Season 3 benchmark. That is what we meant when we said the balance of the future season would also use Season 3 as the standard. This does not mean designing ever stronger power that exceeds the previous season each time. It means raising the past benchmark up to Season 3 power level and adjusting upward from the past to bring subsequent seasons in line with that same level. To sum up, season powers added in the future will be designed to approach Season 3 level, using it as a benchmark. As part of that, we plan to adjust the desire card balance of this Season 4 upward as well. The Tier 1 and 2 research synergies are raised when the Tier 3 synergies are activated. You will now gain 9 yearning at the start of battle. In addition, cost of desire manifest cards is adjusted to 0. The Season 4 season power adjustment follows the benchmark redesign described earlier, and we will maintain this same level of power balance going forward. Within that, we will design season power so you can feel somewhat new each season. Furthermore, we will clearly distinguish the uses of save data built in previous seasons from those of new seasonal save data, so that the value of the new seasonal data increases. In Great Rift First Party, you'll be able to use previously made save data to clear Phase 1 easily and comfortably. And in Phase 2, we will further strengthen the correction values for new seasonal save data so that its value is still preserved. Lastly, we will explain the Orlia equipment effect adjustment and the cap on shared effects. In preparing this adjustment plan, we analyzed the influence of every element currently in game one by one. As a result, unlike the other values, even after close review, we concluded that the excessive synergy currently occurring with these elements and their influence beyond the intended design are difficult to reconcile with the current system. So we had no choice but to decide to keep the original changes for a few. So however, regarding the Orlia softy adjustments, we acknowledge and apologize that, as many of you pointed out, the compensation for a problem caused by our mistake was insufficient. We are truly sorry. Second, in the developer's note, we said we would additionally grant a combatant selection ticket as compensation, but we keenly feel that this alone does not sufficiently care for Orlia's ego manifest. So just as with growth materials, we'll also guarantee a reset of Orlia's ego manifest levels. If you proceed with the growth reset, you will receive all previously used growth materials for Orlia, as well as Spectral Cube equivalent to her ego manifest level. Please note that the growth reset for Orlia will be available for 3 weeks following the update tomorrow, July 29th. Apart from this additional compensation plan, we are well aware that Protos are concerned about other combatants who may be affected by the shared effect adjustment. We're preparing to continue caring for this aspect as well, and as concrete plans are decided, we will keep communicating and informing you. Now that we've mentioned a few things, I'm sure Protos are wondering, so what will you do going forward? First, on the timing when Season 4 ends and Season 5 begins, we promise to establish a process that reflects Protos' opinion through a survey. We will not stop at just a survey. We will share the result, exchange those thoughts with you, and improve the game together. Next, we will share the improvements to the core of mutation and to sortie. which many of you gave feedback on. The core mutation was designed as a new growth element that can further strengthen your save data tactics. However, due to the limited supply and the large difference in effect values between levels, we found that it was placing a psychological burden on many Protos. To improve this, the development team plans to carry out the following 3 tasks. First, when a save data has already been mutated by the core mutation, a memorial function will be added to let you keep the existing effect or apply the new one for further use. This ensures that using a core mutation will never lower your growth level before what it was. Second, the options themselves will be improved. We will ease the gap between low level and high level effects and raise the appeal of special effects beyond general purpose options like enhanced attack. This will ease the tendency to favor only high levels and specific options and allow for more choices. Third, the obtainable quantity of core mutation is increased. You'll be able to buy up to 10 at a lower price than before, and after 10, unlimited purchases become available at the existing price. Previously buyable up to 30 times for 4,000 black mass each will be changed with this update to up to 10 times for 1,000 black mass, then unlimited for 2,000 each. Also, in line with the price changes, Protos who previously purchased core mutation will be refunded 2,000 black mass per unit purchased via mailbox. Apart from core mutation, improvements to sortie itself are being made as well. The sortie improvements and the development team sees the necessity fall broadly in 2. The first is a measure for those who mainly play sortie but find the entry cost burdensome. The second is a measure for those who play sortie to farm black mass. We will proceed improvements separately for those 2 cases. First, the entry cost. As we have said several times, the sortie entry cost is a device needed to serve the content's intended purpose and to prevent unfair elements such as abuse. That said, apart from that purpose, many Protos gave an opinion that 30 Ether is excessive, and accordingly, we also want to improve the entry cost aspect. So number 1, we will adjust the point at which the sortie Ether entry cost is refunded to the moment you enter the rest area right before the first boss. This way, even if you fail the boss, you can still be refunded the entry cost. We will also lower the Ether required for entry from 30 to 10. Separately, since whether you obtain Prismatic Fate currently has an excessive impact on the sortie rankings, we will change it so that the fates obtained through the Prismatic Fate effects are not included in the score. Okay, second is a measure for Protos who play sortie to farm black mass. We judged that we need to resolve the current situation where playing sortie is effectively forced in order to obtain black mass. To that end, we are preparing a sortie sweep system which we expect to provide during the September update. Once the sortie sweep system is added, we expect it will greatly relieve the inconvenience of having repeatedly playing long sortie to farm black mass. We will share more about the sortie sweep once the update is confirmed. That covers various matters related to balance adjustments, along with the adjustments to the core mutation and sortie. And from here, we will share the schedule for the text display convention overhaul that many Protos have long given feedback on, and explain which parts we intend to focus on improving. Now that's the screen for the sortie improvement that I just went over. Cost will be decreased from 30 to 10. And as highlighted on the right picture, the rest area will be the trigger to get the ether refunded, not the boss. So these will be the main changes, and more changes to come with the sweep. Once that is confirmed, we will share that information. And let's go over the improvements on the standardized text display conventions. When you play through battles, you may have felt that where the wording written in text differs from the actual behavior, or that the same effect is worded differently from card to card, which may have confused you. We too recognize the consistency and the clarity issues of these text conventions as a high priority issue to improve. We have two goals with this overhaul. One is to raise clarity of the wording conventions so anyone reads them in the same way. The other is to organize elements that are inconsistent under the rules into a single standard. However, because the volume of in-game text is so large that each item must be cross-checked against actual in-game behavior rather than finishing it all at once, we will improve the details in stages over several rounds. This work already begun in the July 8th improvements. We will proceed in stages through October. First, let us show you in a bit more detail tooltip wording improvements applied on July 8th. Since tooltip boxes show the most important information, you look at it most often than checking a card's effect in battle. It is above all important that you read consistently and clearly. So we reorganized even the default display order of tooltips into a single rule. Specifically, we adjusted things so that the card keywords like unique, initiation, retain, activation conditions like inspiration, then continuous effects such as agony, and finally other mechanics like draw or defense-based damage are always displayed in the same order and by the same standard. On top of this, we improved two things. Number one, while following this rule by default, tooltips, especially important to operating a character, are given higher priority and placed at the very top so they catch your eye at a glance. Number two, this is something that we cleaned up, the situation where additional tooltips were layered onto each detail within a tooltip, exposing unnecessary large amounts of information. For example, with 9's Hue, the default rule had the card keyword unique at the top, but through this overhaul, Incinerate, the most important core element of this card, was placed at the very top now, following by the default rule. In this way, starting from card tooltip boxes, we set a standard and made it the starting point for the overhaul to come. Next, we will explain the for each wording improvement applied in this July 29th update. Until now, on cards where an effect scales with the number of certain conditions, two entirely different kinds of effects used the same wording. One increases the number of hits, so-called multi-hit, and the other multiplies the hit effect value on a single hit. Because both were written with the same for each phrasing, it was hard to intuitively tell how they actually worked, so we decided to clearly distinguish the two. The improvement principle is this: effects that multiply the effect value keep the existing for each wording, while effects that increase the number of hits change to the new effect times condition format. There are two examples on the screen, as you can tell. One, Tifera's creation and destruction, in case where the damage is multiplied, that is a single hit. Such effects keep their existing word unchanged. The point is to unify the wording, not to force changes even to things that already read well. On the other hand, Diana's Blooming Love is an extra attack for each condition. That is multi-hit effect that increases the number of hits previously written like extra attacks to a random enemy for each. after the improvement, it becomes that number times extra attack on a random enemy. In the condition times effect format. So it is clear at a glance that as the number grows, the number of attacks grows with it. In this way, we organize the different behaviors that had been mixed within the same phrasing, so you can tell them apart just from wording. As an extension to the July 29th improvement, we're also distinguishing in wording the application order. It's sort of like order of operation, in a way, of effects that increase the effect value. Okay, by default, effect values follow a set order of operations. Multiplicative increase type effects are applied first, then additive plus percent type effects. However, some effects do not follow this order and are applied before damage increase effects. The problem is that until now we had these two were not distinguished in wording, making it hard to tell which is calculated first. So for the exception effects applied first, we decided to attach a distinct expression like base damage amount to clearly show that it is applied before damage increase effects. In this way, with organized wording, you can infer the calculation order just from wording. Next, we have many more, is the content planned for August 19th improvements. We're revising two expressions. First, the unstackable effect notation for cards that gain or grant unstackable effects. Until now, that info was not shown in text, which could have caused confusions. So going forward, we will clearly note in card text that an effect cannot stack. For example, an effect like forced leaning apparatus, when 4 cards are used, draw 1, will include the condition, as in 1 time per turn cannot stack. That's the 2-card upgrade neutral card from Season 1 that looks like a crow. The second is the card pile wording change. Until now, expressions like exhaust card were used with 2 mixed meanings. One meaning, a card that has been exhaust keyword itself. The other means the pile that exhausted card moved to and accumulate in. We distinguished this ambiguous wording, clearly separating the pile where exhausted card gathered as the exhaust pile, and the cards with the exhaust keyword as exhaust cards. We will apply the same rule with the other card piles: draw pile, discard pile, used pile, and so on. On September 9th, we will carry out to work. Excuse me there. On September 9th, we will carry out work to distinguish active and use. The two are divided by whether player's input was involved. Activate is a card effect being triggered. The broader concept that also includes being triggered by other cards' effects such as Serennial or Combo. Use on the other hand means the player directly acting to activate the card. Currently, these two expressions are used interchangeably. So, for example, there were cases written when used that actually behave when activated. We will comprehensively fix such mislabeled effects and additionally unify the expression when used manually to when used. Looking at the examples on the screen, Tenebria's Encore has an effect using Encore automatically activates rhythm cards, and Meilin's Spirit of Arabella is currently written as when using an own card, but its actual behavior also applies when a card of this unit is activated. So we plan to distinguish and refine such parts. On the same September 9th update, we will improve two more expressions. First, we distinguish what increases when a continuous effect stacks. Among continuous effects, some increase the number of turns they last when stacked, and some increase the effect values itself. But until now, it was hard to tell without actually stacking it. So, for example, taking an existing expression, increase damage amount by 20% for one turn. We add a mark to the turn count when stacking extends the duration, and to the value when stacking increases the effect amount, so that what accumulates is distinguishable at a glance. Second, we clearly have an effect applies to. Excuse me. 1 second. We're almost there. Second, we will clarify who an effect applies to. When the effect target is limited to oneself, we state of this unit. When the target is the entire team, we make omitting it the rule. For example, if it applies only to oneself, it is written increased damage amount to attack cards of this unit. And if the target is the whole team, increased damage amount to attack cards. We'll comprehensively find cases that deviate from this rule and correct them. So unless it is mentioned of this unit, it targets the whole team. Lastly, the improvements on September 30th and October 12th. First, on September 30th, we will refine the through on ability expression. Until now, expressions like on draw, through on ability were inconsistent in text versus actual behavior rules. So we will unify them under a single standard and newly add a tooltip for through on ability. Specifically, we divide by the source of the effect into three. One, when it stems from a card effect, we state through a card. When it stems from a card effect or ego skill, through an ability. And three, when the source is unspecified, such as card effects, ego, or equipment, continuous effects, etc., we will leave it with no extra notation. As in the on-screen chart shows, as you can tell on the left, even the same draw is worded differently depending on which sources it includes. And on October 12th, we conclude this text convention overhaul by applying all the rules described so far across equipment, effect text, comprehensively reviewing and revising them. This way, from July 8th to October 12th, we will refine the text into single standard over several rounds. Going forward, we will see this overhaul through to the end so that text and actual behavior no longer differ and confuse you. And above all, so you can trust the notation when making decisions. While we are at it from here, I would like to introduce a bit more of the improvements prepared in the Season 4 update. We will lay out everything at once, from what applies immediately in the July 29th update to what will be added in August 19th and September 9th update. Oh, I know that's been lots of information throughout. Time to drink some more. Keep yourself hydrated, everyone. Okay. Got some energy drink. Now, let's go over the update coming with the patch tomorrow. We're adding a Combatant Growth Guides feature. What is this? While raising a combatant, you have probably felt stuck at least once, wondering, what should I level up next for this character, or what am I lacking right now? To ease such worries, we have prepared a new growth guide system that can guide you the direction of combatants' growth. So this system actually has 3 elements. We can check in-game. So you can... Oh. Let's check phase. Growth guide. As you can tell, you're lacking attack. Recommended process, it tells you right here, attack. And potential activation, you need more potential. Recommended set for the memory fragments. So this is a growth guide for each combatant. And this can actually help you a lot. A lot. Depending on what is required, this box actually changes. Saying you need to max this potential, you need to do this, this, this. And you can have this as a... Okay, I will actually put this as a target combatant and show you. Because maybe I'm a little too old for this now. And sometimes I go through simulations and forget, like, oh, like, which one did I need again? So if you go in to memory fragments, it tells you which set you need to, it's recommended, you need to farm for. So that's that. There's somewhat of an update. And it also tells you for potentials as well. I don't know why it wasn't marked there. But it will also tell you which potential and also which fragment. The recommended fragments from the game. It doesn't have to be that fragment if you don't want it. So besides that, we have... Guys, we have build presets! Whew. As you enjoy CZN, a target save data tends to be formed and for each combatant, but remembering that combination and reassembling it each time was surely a hassle in each run. This time we added a build preset feature that lets you save the build in advance and can make use of it. Okay, first how to access it. You can enter it from... card. Here is, on the right, you see the pin? Build preset. Whoa! Remove the things that you don't want. Go click on Epiphany, whichever you want. And the best thing you can do is you can even go to Divine Epiphany and check on every single type of Divine Epiphany possible on the card before going into your run. For each combatant, you can set up to 3 target save data builds in advance, so you can prepare these builds for various directions, depending on the situation. And refer to whichever configurations you want at the time. Divine Epiphany, which means that now you kind of know what exists and what doesn't. You can check all that in-game before you run it. It's now this system is actually in-game for everyone. Oh, yeah. So there will be okay, yeah, so there will be 3. And another part is that you can copy the deck you created and you can share it with another person, just like that. Copy paste. As simple as that. So you can get the code from someone else and try to go for the same update. That's a build preset. I hope simply sharing them with another Protos with a single click. I hope everyone likes this quality of life update. I think this is a huge update. Personally, that a lot of Protos, including myself, has been waiting for. And next improvement is recharging command delegation modules. When you don't have command enough modules, you can now recharge with crystals. You can recharge up to 5 times per day, and the crystal cost starts at 40 crystals and rises slightly with each additional recharge up to 60. When you urgently need additional command delegation, you might find this useful. Next improvement. I'm going to love this. It's the joy of decorating your home screen, everyone. We have added a feature that lets you change your home screen background. Oh, let's just actually check this in game, please. In game, it's the same place. You check, you go in, you change the combatant. Let's say Hilde and Faye, but background. So let's put Faye right here. And then, as you can see, the mini icon, you can click on different combatant and have a separate background for each. Of course, you can have a third one. Finally, yes, I know this was long-waited. And we have more improvements. Okay, time to sum up the other improvements applied together this time. First, the rescue result UI is improved. So you can check details info right from the result screen by clicking on the card, the result. I don't know why we don't have a separate screen for this. The memory fragment UX is also improved. It is not UI, UX. It's UX, guys. And so, and distortion adaptation. So each combatants will now equip their best in-slot memory fragment. And combining materials for potentials UX no longer requires an additional tap after combining to activate. So why don't we go? Okay. Can we go in-game for this too and check? Because I think a lot of you guys are going to love this too. So now we are recommended by the game. And on the right, you see the thumbs up? You can filter the recommended with the sub option just like that. So easy. Super easy. You can toggle. So you don't have to scroll like 1,000 times and find one. This will make a big difference because I know maybe not everyone, a lot of you guys have like 1,000 1,000 fragments to scroll through. So I think this is a big improvement. We mentioned about UX, so we'll talk about UI later. So I see a great deal of improvements here, especially the fragment change. So far, which one is your favorite? I've been reading chat. I've been reading chat since the beginning. So I think everyone likes the fragment upgrade, the UX upgrade for sure. But the pre-built deck, I think that is just something that we've been waiting for the longest time, right? Build preset, I think that wins big time. Oh, yes, I've been... Big W. Okay, so let's go over now the major update. Now, we will guide you by schedule through the major updates coming across Season 4. Here are the improvements applied in August 19th. That is not tomorrow, guys. It is August 19th. First, the saved data can be farmed up and can be earned as rewards or bought for crystals. Huh? Wait, is this... Wait, bought for crystals or sold for crystals? There's a big difference. Huh? Okay, let's hold on to that. Let's hold on to that until August. Okay, let's hold on to that because crystals, that's like the biggest word in this entire page, right? Okay, these save data are not seasonal save data. And second, codex merging will be improved. Going forward, you can re-emerge directly from the codex merge result screen, making repeated merging far more convenient. Third, recharge cap on Clockwork of Time is removed. That will be removed. Previously, there was a recharge cap, but now Clockwork of Time can be recharged continuously. And fourth, we will improve the in-game UI, UX. CGN team will refine things so that the memory fragment effects shown in game and signature epiphany information and card information in all situations are unified under a single standard and can be checked more consistently. Fifth, we will also improve the save data editing UI and UX. Save data UI and UX improvements. I am looking forward to that. We organized the button arrangement of the edit UI and improved so that you can check a new list of epiphanies easier. Okay, sounds pretty good for now. Let's wait until the update later in August. And on the bottom of the screen, September 9th update, memory fragment acquisition will be improved. If you set your desired options in advance, what? If you set your desired option in advance, unnecessary memory fragments you obtain will be automatically dismantled? God, I hope this comes earlier. You will manage them confidently without sorting each one. And also, psychotherapy choices will be removed. Not removed, sorry. Excuse me. Improved. I was a little too excited for the fragment. The red dots are shown on choices. You have not selected yet, so you will spot one that you missed at a glance. This way, across August 19th and September 9th, we will improve the parts that inconvenienced you during play or different sectors of the game. Oh, since now we started with improvements, why don't we go a little backward today? So, I need to hydrate, so here is the intro to Galactic Disaster Season 4. Do we not have it yet? If not, it's okay. It's okay because if it's not here, we can go along with the next content introduction. Let's introduce the new Chaos arriving in the Season 4 Shattered Light and Claw. Its name is Kaleidoscope Hatchery. There's a little sneak peek of Hild there, right there. Set on the planet Pagna. This new Chaos features a labyrinthine hatchery structure. As you make your way along its path, you will come face to face with the threats hidden within. Here, invader bosses weak to instinct attributes await. You will face powerful bosses including Pericula and Formica. And new unidentified areas such as Waterfall of Silver Remains and Echoes of Empty Throne are also added. Explore these as yet unrevealed areas yourself and see what awaits. Let's talk about season power changes to it. First, a new survival themed desire card will be added. This card can be obtained through the unidentified area just mentioned. Enjoy exploring the unidentified areas where you can obtain the survival themed desire card. On the balance side, following the benchmark redesign described earlier in the season power part, desire cards will be buffed. In tier 1 and 2, research synergies are raised, and activating the tier 3 synergy is changed, so you gain 9 yearning at the beginning of the battle, at the start of battle. The cost of desire manifest card is also adjusted to 0, letting you use the season power cards even more freely. Next, you can unlock various effects that helps you explore the new Chaos hatchery, such as increased appearance of desire areas. So this one also. Let's go in-game and check on the environment variables. For the new season, let me click through. Low chance. Those are gain 1 by 1%. Increase. Chain refraction. So more damage when you defeat an enemy. Let's go this way first. Dice roll. Up to 2. Those are plus 1%. Increased chance for seasonal equipment and card appear by 10% and up to 5. Plus 1 additional area appearances, plus 3. And the rest of the notes are same. So those are the environment variables. Next, we have a season exclusive store where you can buy various items with the seasonal currency. Enrapturing Crystal opens. So as you can see, you can get the Core of Annihilation, the Abyssal Core, the Potential, Signal Amp, Anchor, and more. Next on the list, as you kind of some of you guys with sharp eyes have seen this, we have new sets, new memory fragments. Ooh, Sanguine Thorn, the new memory fragment, and Battlefield Evolution. Very different looks. Very, very different looks. Both are 4 sets. Let's go over the top. When Fracture is applied through a card, we will go over Fracture later. It's a debuff. Plus 25% critical damage for 1 turn. Max 25, max 2 stacks. When 10 or more fractures has been applied through cards, 15% plus 15% critical damage to damage over times. Max 15%. So this set seems to be 4 fracture. And the set bottom, on extra attack. When an attack card is created in draw pile or on draw through an attack card, gain 1 Evolving Battlefield. What is Evolving Battlefield? Plus 10% critical damage, max 3 stacks, up to 30%. 3 stacks are reached. Add additional 5%. So, for those of you experienced Protos, whenever there's a set and you read it and say, who is this for? Likely, maybe, perhaps, a future combatant just might like to use it. So, that's it for the new fragments. Oh, guys, we have another video. Here's another intro video to Season 4.
欲望とは怪しく輝きながら己を蝕むもの。万華鏡にして覗き込めば光は止めどなく乱反射し、真実すら完美に歪んで見えるのよ。そうね、このブラックスピカーを動かしたいのね。ファーストキラーの情報が欲しいのね。声に出してごらんなさい。あなたの瞳には今何が映っているかしら。カオスゼロナイトメア、砕けた光と爪。
I am so shattered right now. You guys can't even believe it. Galaxy-wide serial disappearances that claim one Protos after another occurred. Anis, it's spelled A-N-I-S, written read Anis, the mysterious Protos Killer named as the one behind this, appears right in front of your eyes. What incident will Hilde, Anis, and the combatants of the SS Nightmare be caught up in? A tale of pursuit confrontation, where those driven by their own desires seek the truth behind the incident. Went through a couple chapters of the story, pretty intriguing, I have to say. And Anis seems very powerful from what I went through. So let's talk about the characters in this Galactic Disaster Season 4. The following 6 total combatants and partners will appear. In the July 29th update, Chapter 1, that's tomorrow, combatant Hilde and partner Uni will be there. August 19th, Chapter 2 update, Arabella and partner Licinia. And in the September 9th, Chapter 3 update, combatant Olga and partner Emily will be there. But today we'll talk details more about Hilde and her partner Uni. So before I talk more about them, enjoy the Hilde video.
データの精密収集、分析完了。動けってば。お褒めいただき強烈至極。早く打ってよ。過去にとらわれて過ちを犯すなんてアホらしいじゃん。長生きしたいならどうにか乗り越えなきゃならないんだよ。はじめまして、フォックス小隊の小隊長ヒルデだよ。主力武器はかっこいい折りたたみ型の弓と冴えた頭脳。体重は秘密。二つ名は戦場のペテン師。よろしくね。銃器専門家ヒルデ様の特別講義が今だけ無料。さあ寄ってらっしゃい、見てらっしゃい。たったの10時間であなたも武器学の権威になれる。艦長は IRHP77 拳銃についてどう思う？
My gorgeous folding bow. Let us introduce the first Season 4 Raid Up Rescue characters, Hilde and Uni. Hilde is, as you can see, Instinct attribute, Ranger class character. The squad is squad leader of Fireteam Fox, belonging to Iron Rain. Oh god, it's getting warm in here. Is it just me? And Uni is a straightforward character who supports Hilde full-time. Watching the two of them banter in Chapter 1 story was a lot of fun. And Hilde, Uni, raid-up rescue runs from the maintenance on the 29th until and before the before 19th of August. Time to talk more about how she works. Combatant Hilde mechanics. Quiver reload. Homing arrow. Hilde is a sub DPS combatant. Provides draw support. So she has attunement, which means you need to draw to self-activate a lot more. She has a mechanic where she can draw a homing arrow and automatically attacks enemies through attunement. As you can see, it activates this card. Hilde applies ionization to enemies, steadily increasing damage, and can provide excellent offensive support as a sub DPS. And not just that, zero in. That's another stack that you can have. You can accumulate zero in and have extremely powerful burst of damage at the end of the turn. For details, so let's go through the virtual tech. And let me go through and show you guys a little bit about her and how she works. You're going to love this. As you go in, here's a little intro. Create homing arrow by using the quiver reload. And on the image, it's at 0 cost. It's actually a no cost. It activates itself with the draw. Goes in as an extra attack. These are the AoE attacks. This one, AoE all attack, draw, and AoE attack. And you can gain 0 in after upgrading. So, I'll show you a little bit. Oh! Now, she's got lead, which means that I can only use one. Too bad, but I use it, and then I'll get homing arrow in the deck. I'll use it once again. And the damage, 2 ionization to all enemies. And the interesting part about her is her basic attack is AoE. It's always to all enemies. Homing arrow, as it comes into hand, it activates with the attunement, as you have just seen. So now with all that used, it's not here anymore. And it's an exhaust card, so now it's in the exhausted card section. I can do this again. And draw 2 attack cards of this unit, plus some extra damage for those cards until used. Why don't I, just for the show, it's not going to do anything because I can't draw any attack cards. The deck is empty, yes. But once I finish, and since I have 3 cards here, once I reload, it will activate automatically. That's attunement. That's like the basics of basics for Hilde. Using the reload, and also, so lead at the start of the turn has 50% to decrease cost of the card with this effect by 1. So when a different card is used, the effect is removed. You all know this, but just going over it. So what's really cool about her is that you can pair it up with other characters like this. For 1 turn, when cards are used, agony to random. Oh, why don't I just have a setup this turn and not use the vital attack? Counter. Oh? Bit different, right? Because this one was Fracture. Extra attack to all enemies, 1 fracture, draw 1. That's an epiphany that you can go for. So why don't I have some more? Oh, my bad. So why don't I just go for the draw first? So that you can also see the animation. Here we go, finally an upgrade. I was looking for this. When a harmful effect is applied through an ability, Vive 0 in. 0 in is the stack that you see on the portrait. So let's reset. Yeah, can't do a thing. So, more. Oh, I did it again, didn't I? It's all good. So that now we can, with the debuff, you see the stack of 5. And as more debuffs. Wait, hold on. Get one more. There's the extra attack from Hilde. Yeah, usually it does not go this far. But just for you guys to enjoy again. Some fracture. There we go with the simulation. But that's a part of her. Now you guys get to enjoy the preview video of Hilde that can be used in actual combat. So let's enjoy what she can do in CZN.
呼んだ？全員無事帰還なら任せていいからね。多分。さーて、気合い入れていくよ。弓の名手の腕、見せてあげる。一気に仕留めるよ。今がチャンス。隙をついてこうやって。みんなよろしくね。逃げ道なんかないんだから。全部見えてるよ。データの精密収集、分析完了。準備でき、元気が出ましたか？さあ、隙をついてこうやって。今がチャンス。今がチャンス。継承者の位、団体のたてがみ。逃げ道なんかないんだから。準備できま、元気が出ましたか？みんなよろしくね。今がチャンス。一気に仕留めるよ。うちにま、肩慣らしといこっかな。うちのバットじっとしててね。ほう、これはなかなか明快なロジックだ。全部見えてるよ。逃げ道なんかないんだから。館長は純正派なの？それとも魔改造派？ 弓を改造したいんだけど、線を越えたい衝動を抑えてるよ。規定をあっさり踏み越えちゃいそうでね。
What did you guys think? She's a sub DPS, huh? Let's go over her cards. Basic card, 60%, but all enemies. Second, shield. Okay, fourth, quiver reload. This is the key. This is how you create the homing arrow. One cost. It's a skill, and you create homing arrow. Exhaust, 120% extra attack to the enemy with the lowest HP. Really good for clearing up those low HP target. And draw one. That's why I kept on drawing another homing arrow. It's not only homing arrow. It's likely homing arrow if you only have those decks, those cards. Attunement, activate this card. Plasma Rain. This one puts ionization plus 8% damage taken through each stack. Max 12. Lots of AoEs. And one release, draw and release. One cost skill, draw 2 attack cards of this unit. So likely you will be drawing those attack cards, the homing. Plus 50 damage amount for those cards until 1 turn. For 1 turn until used. Big Game Ranger, not Big Game Changer. This is unique lead. This is not initiate or opener. It's an upgrade. So that's why I didn't have this in my starting hand. On hit to 0 in. Let's go over this again. At the end of the turn, 35% extra attack to the enemy with the highest HP for each 0 in. On effect activation, removed 0 in, maxed 60 stacks. Vortex Arrow, the last cards. Draw 3 for 1 cost. Attack. All enemy 120% plus 60% damage amount for each attack card drawn through an ability this turn. Max 8 cards. So this can do AoE, bunch of damage plus draw 3. Epiphany time? Yes. 3 seconds to screenshot for everyone. I'll remove the mice to make it comfortable so you don't have to delete it. First, lead. And this is create 4 homing arrow. And draw one of those cards. So you're not just creating 4, you're drawing 1. So, and I found this was easy and one of the best because drawing activates and possibly even more. Second, create 3. It's homing arrow fracture. We had this card. Fracture card is AoE on the homing arrow. 1 fracture. At the end of the turn, 40% damage over time for each fracture. And fracture will be an important debuff of this entire season. So remember this fracture. On effect activation, decrease fracture stacks by half. Third, create 1 homing arrow grand in a draw pile. And look, 500% extra attack, but it's create 1. 500% attack to enemy with the highest HP. Draw 1. So seems like seems great for bosses. Like reminds me of Veronica in a way. Yeah, you might need this for the big guys. Fourth, it's an upgrade with lead. So when I used it with 1 cost, it was like, but when I actually had lead to 0 cost, it felt pretty good. It's an upgrade, but there's a when the enemy is defeated, create 2 homing arrow in draw pile, but 5 times per turn. There's a cap on it. But usually, unless it's like a boss or something, but usually by 5 times, by the time you have 5 times per turn, you should be done with most of the monsters. This one's very unique with an opener side. Solid upgrade. At the start of the turn, 3. But the catch is at the bottom. Homing arrow cannot be a target of turn draw. What is turn draw? Turn draw, when I tested, it can't be in your hand when you receive those 6 cards at the start of each turn. That's the turn draw. So no homing arrow will come into your hand when you start the turn, or the next turn, or the next turn after you upgrade. But you can still get the homing arrow with the other source of draws. Very key. Very, very key epiphany. And especially some of these, even if you have lead, if you make this the 0 cost, you're just good to go. And copy a couple of those. Plasma Rain. This one's with the ionization. Give you 1 second. First attack. This one has lead. Damaged and 2 ionization. Stacks to all enemies. There seems to be 2 space here, right? Or am I reading it wrong? Attunement. 2 ionization to a random enemy. Second, it's a skill. Also lead. No damage, but ionization to all enemies. 3 stacks. And draw 1. It's a skill. Now, third one, attack. No lead on this. This is attack 1 cost, 100% damage, and 3 ionization to all enemies. And when the enemy is defeated, activate effect. 3 fractures to all enemies. This one was powerful. And guys, there's a big hint when you read these, not just the skills, especially the first, Combatants. Lots of cards. Okay, I think I can see it. Lots of cards seems to be AoE. That's a big hint. So, when you defeat 1, 3 fractures to all enemies, which means the other enemies still alive are getting those stacks, okay? 3 cost. It's an attack. What the? Ignition is the key here. If this card is in the hand, when a card is exhausted, decrease the cost of this card by 1 until used. If you have 3 homing arrow, then this card becomes 0. Very convenient, right? And more than you think, this card actually became 0 when I actually chose this and played, because of how many homing arrows were just coming out from the draw pile. And I always use this at 0. It's very, very likely. If you want more damage, I think this is the one with ignition. Last one, 120% to all enemies. Draw 1 attack card of this unit. Here's the catch. Streak. If the last card used was the same attribute, decrease the cost by 1, which is 0. Another very fun card. Basically a free card, especially when you have lots of instinct on your team. It doesn't really have to be Hild only. That is Plasma Rain. How are you guys following so far? Okay? Draw and release. Let's go with the first. Skill, 1 cost, lead. Draw 2 attack cards of this unit, plus 80% instead of 50. Until used. This, with lead, if it becomes 0 and plus 80, was actually really good. I could feel the difference in plus 30%. Second, also with lead, for the draw 2, for the next 3 extra attacks of this unit, 1 fracture to all enemies. Why are we giving so much fracture on the enemies? Keep that in mind. 0 cost draw and release skill. Move all the cards in hand to draw pile and then draw for each move. This is basically a hand reset card. When you don't have the cards you want, yeah, this was really fun. Getting when all the cards that you don't need or just trashed away, and then likely you will get what you want. But there are some other good options like this. Draw 2 lead cards. Decrease cost of those cards by 1 for 1 turn until used. This is until used. So they are going to be staying with the decreased cost. Very likely you will be drawing, unless you have lots of lead cards, very likely you will be drawing the Quiver Reload. This card for the guaranteed draw on certain decks was really useful, extremely useful, especially if you get the Divine Epiphany with Retain on this card. You can use it whenever you don't have the right card in your hand, and bring up the reload with the Retain. That was really helpful. Or you can also bring it to 0 if you want. The 5th and the last. For each card drawn through an ability this turn, increase the damage amount of this next card of this unit by 30. For each card drawn through an ability this turn, max 300%. It's a skill. It's a big increase of damage. Let's go over the last one, the upgrade. This one, I tried all of it. I don't know what to make. I like multiple on this one, so I'll give you a few seconds to take this. Yeah, lots of lead cards, right? And oftentimes, I had multiple lead cards to begin with, so it was actually hard to choose which 0 cost I will use. The moment you use another lead card, the other lead card will turn back to 1. Let's go over the first one. On hit, 3-0 in. So, what does on hit actually mean? I'll give you a few examples. After you upgrade, on hit, for example, Hilde basic card has attack on multiple enemies. If you're attacking on multiple enemies with this upgrade on screen, 3-0 in times 3 targets. You'll get 9 stacks of 0 in. Another example, if you have what's a multi-hit? Okay, Chizuru's Moonslash. If you have potential to the basic card, it's a double hit, right? So if you hit it double times with Chizuru's Moonslash, you will get 2 times the 3. So once you Moonslash, because it's a 2 hit technically, it says on hit, you'll get 6 stacks of 0 in. That's how on hit works, because it's not mentioned here. So on hit, this one actually has initiation, rare initiation card for Hilde. Draw 2 on hit, 2-0 in, but 0 cost. So this one, very easy card that you can just simply start with upgrade, and you will always have some stacks of 0 in. I felt like this one was the easiest out of all, but let's get into more. 1 cost upgrade, unique lead. On hit, 2-0 in. When the attunement effect is activated, 2-0 in. And all the homing lasers and more do have attunement effect. And even some of the other combatants have attunement effect. Next one, again, another 1 cost upgrade. When an harmful effect is applied through an ability, 5-0 in. Guys, this one was the best. For me, when I tried it, it's not just ionization and fracture from Hilde. Other combatants debuff combo can also work with this. Whenever there is an ability, harmful effect on a single target, so let's say if you're hitting 5 at the same time, then you're getting 25-0 in with the multiple attack. If you're doing harmful effect. So if you have a debuff team, this is the way to go. Also lead. And the last one, at the start of the turn, 30 0 in. But here's the catch. Unable to use attack card of this unit. So, this one, yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. It was kind of funny. But 30 stacks of 0 in actually does some amount of damage. And Vortex Arrow is Vortex Arrow. Let's go over for your potentials. Quick upgrade. I'm not even going to upgrade. Basic cards, common cards, signature cards, upgrade. Plus 20% to the multi-shot. That's a basic attack. AoE. Critical damage plus. Critical chance. Instinct attribute damage amounts plus. If the Hild has extra damage is 6% or higher, add an additional 8% to the modifier. This is the multi-shot. This is the basic attack upgrade that you kind of have to do because you have to do this. I am a very honest person on stream. Increased chance of the Divine Epiphany to appear by 25%. If, guys, side rail, if this was like here, on the right, big X here. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Important Ego Manifest. Change the following effects for Vortex Arrow. Increase draw by 1. Plus 60% damage amount, and change the damage amount of increase for each attack card drawn through an ability this turn by to 90%. Mythic card upgrade. Second, Battle Pass upgrade. Ego Manifest 2. There's a typo on this, guys. This will be removed at the start of battle. Hild has critical chance plus 10%. It will not become 10%. It is just remove that word. It's already removed, and it will be in your patch without this word tomorrow. At the start of battle, Hild has critical chance plus 10%. At the start of the turn, or when an enemy is defeated, gain 1 double tap. Double tap. When homing arrow is activated, 300% extra attack to the enemy with the lowest health. And on effect activation, decrease double tap by 1. Max 5 stacks. Change the weakness damage amount taken effect of Matrix Overlay from 15% to 25%. Oh! Sorry guys, I didn't go over Ego. I'm so sorry. But we can go over it now. Oh, let's go. This is the original. Plus 15% weakness damage amount taken to all enemies for 1 turn. Draw 3 attack cards of this unit. Apply weakness. Attack to those cards for 1 turn. So another debuff. So buffing that in a way from 15 to 25% plus. Battle Pass upgrade for each hit an ally performs, gain 1 Find the Gap. Increase damage, amount of Hilda's extra attack by 5%, max 8 stacks up to 40%. Ego Manifest 5 stat upgrade, basic card, signature card, common card potential by 3. Final upgrade on the Ego Manifest 6 Battle Passive upgrade. When Find the Gap reaches 8 stacks, plus 15% additional critical chance to instinct attribute allies. Increase the max stack on 0 in 200 from 60. Oh, that's big. And at the start of the turn, gain 15. At the start of the turn? Gain 15 0 in? For each stack of 0 in plus 1% critical damage to 0 in max 45%. Huh. That is a big level up. So to say. And let's look at her partner, Uni. Ranger additional effect. Increase attack of assigned combatant by 16%. This is level 1. Again. Instinct attribute attack card is created by the draw pile. In the draw pile by the assigned combatant. Increase the damage amount of extra attacks of that card by 40% until used. If that card is an unusable card, like Homing Arrow, gain 1 preparing live rounds. Plus 10% critical chance to the assigned combatant. Max 1 stack. Ego skill, 80% times 3 to all enemies. 1, leave the rest up to you. And when an enemy is defeated, 1 ammo transfer for each defeated. Serenio support, another attribute. Instinct support. You think so? Okay, since now we went through the character, let's talk about Hild's story event. Hild's exclusive story event. Follow the fox footsteps. There will be lots of some rewards. A Fireteam Fox signboard sticker can be obtained, and this this sticker is apparently a picture drawn by Uni. That's why it looks very different from the normal CCN picture drawing. Okay. Oh. So, what did you guys think about Uni and Hilde pair so far? Seems like another very strong pair up with lots of instinct units. Like as you can tell from Serenio, I guess Calipe won't be really the best because Calipe does cost a lot and pairs up with 2+. Show lobby? We have that for later, okay? We have that for later for a specific reason. So just wait, hold tight, and you're going to like it. Not just like it. I can kind of guarantee you that your eyes will be healed to a better eyesight. Don't quote me on that. That's a reference, not like real, like the thing, just to make sure. Okay. So, that we actually talked about, we have more. We will actually talk about Arabella and Licinia. This time, the protagonist of Season 4, Chapter 2, Arabella is a commander of Black Spica, a dangerous tale who lures those around her to ruin. In this Galactic Disaster Season 4 briefing, we plan to share the attribute and class info of all Season 4 combatants so you can grind earlier. First, Arabella is the Instinct Striker. About time for a striker. We will introduce Arabella's mechanics shortly too, so please look forward to it. No mechanics today, of course, but just a sneak peek. And our partner, Licinia. Mechanics shortly. Is the Vice Commander of Black Spica. Arabella made a surprise appearance in the Anes PV. Makes you wonder what relationship with Anes and Arabella might have that were kind of near each other. That relationship is set to be revealed in the Season 4 story, so you can go ahead and look forward to it starting tomorrow. And Olga. Combatant Olga and partner Emily. Another instinct, but psionic. Olga is a herald of the god Vitter. Among the gods, very important world-building element of Chaos Zero Nightmare. Olga is an instinct attribute psionic character. This season 4 is all instinct characters, as you can see. For a while, it seems you only need to farm instinct potential materials, so that's good in a way. And now, let's talk about the recommended formation introduction. So, without a doubt, instinct team on top. AoE attack damage, harmful attacks that we don't know yet, but guys, please take these hints from Hilde and you can kind of make predictions, right? Recommended formations with the combatants that you can't even have rescue yet. Oh. Yeah. First up, as you can see, Hilde pairs up with other combatants too. In particular, since Hilde's main attack mechanic is AoE, through attunement, she pairs extremely well with Faye. Another combatant strength is single hit focused draw, and through that draw, she can induce Hilde's extra attack while covering Faye's weakness in AoE attacks. We got to see her in one of the videos earlier. And I thought about this too. Why not AoE plus the AoE once we buff Yuki? Yuki is a combatant who, together with Hilde, further strengthens AoE attacks while giving lots of benefits too. So maybe it's really time for Yuki, and I've hinted about Season 4. And how likely AoE is going to benefit. Okay, not just that. We will additionally explain the mechanics of the new combatants appearing in the Season 4. There is one keyword running through them all. The new DOT effect, Fracture. The Season 4 new combatants will share the ability to apply Fracture. And there's real fun in operating them in synergy around Fracture. First, let us explain what Fracture is. Fracture is an effect that deals damage over time to each stacked Fracture when the turn ends. And Fracture, when the effect activates, the Fracture stack count is halved. And a strong extra attack lands all at once. You can stack up to 30. In other words, how well you stack and detonate Fracture is the core of the mechanic. And by now, you might be wondering, like, what really is the difference between Fracture and Agony? So I already asked the developers, can you explain this? Agony delivers multi-hits equal to the accumulated value, whereas Fracture is a nuking type damage method that accumulates damage over time, then detonates it all at once. So there's the difference. So let us introduce the three combatants who handle this Fracture in each of their own way. First is Hilde on the left. I know the font is very small. We're covering lots of information today. Hilde plays the role of supporting allies' damage using draw and ionization debuff. On top of that, she also has the sub-DPS side based on the zero-in effect that stacks when allies hit, and homing arrow that activates on draw. Arabella is the season's main damage source. She's the main dealer DPS. Her damage increases in proportion to the harmful effects on the enemy. She activates the Fracture on the enemy, and using Fracture amplification, she keeps Fracture going. For reference, Fracture amplification is an effect that when Fracture activates, applies Fracture to that target again. Think of her as a combatant standing at the center of this stacked and detonate Fracture cycle. Last is Olga. Olga has a stacking mechanic where an enhancement effect accumulate each time Agony and Fracture activate. On top of that, using the fragmentation debuff, she amplifies allies' damage over time effect and activates the Agony and Fracture herself. She herself applied on offense-focused supporter who does both damage and support. Fragmentation is an effect that when damage over time is taken, additionally deals fixed damage equal to a set proportion of that damage. In short, this is a composition where the three combatants naturally mash around Fracture, Arabella anchors as the main dealer who detonates Fracture. Hilda supports damage and draw. And Olga amplifies DOT and helps activate that Fracture. So, time to watch a video and how the combatants introduced earlier mashed together. Centered on Arabella and Hilde composition. With Mika. So Hilda serves as a starting point of the competition. Hilde draws, supports draw and ionization to amplify the damage. The more ionization stack, as you can see, more damage from the Fracture homing arrow. And the Fracture DOT effect is also the layer on top. Boom. Like that. We said detonation. So that's what happens. I hope you guys like the animation. She looks really cool. Hilde, and also popping images, right? So Fracture deals damage over time equal to what has stacked when the turn ends. And when the effect activates, the stack halves and it acts powerfully. Arabella uses AoE attacks and harmful effects, and through the Fracture amp, when Fracture activates, she applies Fracture to the target again. So in this way, she cycles the damage loop and keeps attacking. So the powerful point here, one of the axes is in zero in from Hilde, as represented by Hilde's big game Ranger card. Zero in stacks when you hit or apply harmful effects, and when the turn ends, an extra attack lands on the enemy with the highest HP equal to what's stacked. Arabella's AoE attacks help secure lots of this zero in, forming a structure where the two axes push each other forward. So not just your stacking debuff, you're also pushing the damage itself on a lot of these AoEs. So in short, this competition matches around Fracture. But please note that this competition specifications are under development and may be partly adjusted in the actual update, since we're still weeks away from Arabella. So I already see some chat, and many Protos have been curious. Are there any seasonal characters this season? In this blazing hot summer? Yes, Arabella, the second update combatant of this Galactic Disaster Season 4, and her partner, Licinia, are seasonal. Please look forward to Arabella updating on August 19th. That covers the detailed look at Season 4's content and characters, but we are far from being over yet. August, when Season 4 runs, I mentioned summer. And summer has come to CZN too. From the July 29th update, the in-game summer event, Beach Cafe Festival, begins. So guys, we'll be going through some images, but things might happen from images. So please don't be surprised if things happen. Okay, so let's go take a look at together what the cool summer events are in store. We have new products in store. The outfit system that was mentioned before. You can buy outfits by visiting the Star Cluster wardrobe in the store. The outfits include the Arc City Excursion Story exclusive touch motions, voice lines, and more. And Extortion exclusive sticker is also included. But please note, however, that this outfit does not apply in story, combat environments, the psychotherapy, and some other environments. So we have this in shop. This is in shop. For tomorrow, we have Hilde and Tifera. Hello, Hilde. Zoom out. Oh. Yeah, feet. Very important. She has pedicures. And ribbon. Very important. And Tifera. Calm down? I am calmed down. I am always calmed down. But it's for, I guess, a lot? It's for everyone to look at the details that the artist has put into the outfits and the character and the eyes, the details, the shadow, the lighting, and look, different colors. The what do you call the gradation? I'm not an artist. so look, different shadowing on the shoes. You can tell. See, different whites. Very important stuff here. And guys, I don't actually know the cost in dollars, so wait for tomorrow of the cost. Good news! I have good news. And the good news is free giveaway for Ray's new outfit. To celebrate the outfit update, you can also obtain Ray outfit for free as a summer event reward. Receive Ray's outfit through exciting summer vacation. And hope you all have a wonderful summer with Chaos Zero Nightmare, though. Okay, guys, hold on. We're getting there. Not just those. We will reveal more outfits that will be on sale. New outfits available, as it will come with the updates, starting with Hilde, Arabella, and Olga. We have more. We have plenty more, and guys, I know you asked for the lobby, but we have something better than the lobby. Oh, what is this? We have a heart. Huh? What's this on the screen? Oh, I guess we had something in mailbox? No, not in game. In our mailbox right now on stream. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get it now. Okay. We have Hilde illustration. It's summer. That is so summer. That is so summer, man. I can feel the sun, I can feel the wind, I can feel the water, the seagulls, the clouds, the H2O, O2, carbon dioxide, and so on. We have more! Arabella, welcome to the show. Woo! Maybe a little too much. Up. Up! Yes! Woo! Whew. It's actually getting very hot in here. Arabella, hello. Oh, nice flowers. Didn't know you had a couple of those flowers until now. Did you guys notice the flowers? Yeah, nice accessories and all the good things, and the cocktails, fruity punch. And say hello to Olga. Hello there, Olga. We'll see you soon enough. Very nice beach themed. Are we okay, guys? Are we still connected? Congratulations to everyone. Oh yes, congratulations to everyone. Are we still connected? We're good, okay? Okay. It seems like, yeah, I can still read chat, okay? So, okay, thank you for the illustration. Whew! Wait, hold on. Let me get some wind. And some energy drink. Thank you. I think I passed away. No, you're good. You're good. So, also to celebrate summer, the Beach Cafe Festival runs alongside for a total 9 weeks. It's a new themed event every 3 weeks, and the minigame style called intermission. That's the right bottom with the photo card. Some event is held alongside it, so complete summer missions and fill the puzzle piece by piece, and to see a hidden event illustration. And I've seen a little bit of this illustration because I went through the event with some puzzle pieces, and the illustrations are also very summer. Summer indeed. Yes. CZN sure knows what summer is. Stella Market will be. This update is actually for midway through the August 19th update. It's a mini event where you can read the news and update that updates in Stella Market, analyze the next day's market trends, and invest. In a way, it's a mini game. The news contain false information, so the key of this event is to discern that false information and, well, when investing. We have more events. Next is Sea Breeze event. This is a content where over 7 business days with 1 business day each time, you serve cocktails to the character and listen to their candid stories. So, what secret stories will they tell us? Beyond the standard ending, hidden endings are prepared for this one. So, go find these hidden endings. And we have other events going on. Overdrive for the new set of fragments or anything you'd like to farm will be running. So you can double up 2 times per day. Oh, and Chizuru Itsuku raid up. That's also starting August. So please check out various events as well. Oh, let's switch gears a bit. We'd like to go over the second illustration contest winners. So let's take a look at the artwork. we will continue to look at the artwork. So let's take a look at the illustration contest winning work together. So we will just flip through the images. Really cool set of images and very different art style depending. Oh, I know what you did last summer. Summer was the theme. Very unique in style too. Excellence Awards. Congratulations, Rijang. Oh, even going for some big boss. Oh, the grand prize. Oh, man. It is summer. Last summer, this summer. It's way too hot. I get it. Why you require less clothing in a way. Excellence Award. So, beach, summer themed. You get to see all of these great artwork. And yep, and with Lemon, congratulations to all the winners from the illustration contest of the second run. And we have one more. We have the reward coupon for season 4 live broadcast. Thank you everyone who has been watching all the way till the end. CZN S4 0729 start is the coupon. Copy paste in chat for crystals. You can also redeem coupon with the QR code on below. And notice how the coupon can be used one time for each server. So if you have a different server account, maybe. So before we do closing, I do have a very important moment before we close. So hope no one left for the codes only. So, and we have Director Seung-yeon Choi back on the desk with us. Hello, Director Choi. Welcome back. And I'm sure you have some things to say.
안녕하세요. 그리고 먼저 죄송하다는 말씀 드리겠습니다.
First of all, I would like to apologize.
시즌 3 시즌 파워 조정으로 인해서 많은 포스트 여러분들께 실망감과 상실감을 드린 점 정말 너무 죄송하게 생각하고 있고요. 이번 사실 기존에도 사례가 있어서 뭐
네.
너네 또 이번에 뭐 해도 똑같이 또 할 거 아니냐 좀 우려하시는 퍼스트 분들 많이 계실 것 같은데 이번에는 정말로 프로세스 개선했고 저 스스로도 어떤 기조를 좀 갖게 되었어요. 결정에 의해 이런 결정을 할 때 있어서 그래서 다시는 좀 이런 실망시켜 드리는 일 없을 거다라고 좀 확신하게 말씀드리도록 하겠습니다.
So we are extremely sorry and do apologize for what happened with the balance adjustments, the decision we've made in the last week. And it's actually we went over the process, and you might actually think, okay, this might happen again in the future, but because of that worries that Protos might have because of the things that happened previously, we went over the process very carefully and thoroughly, and it was actually another chance for me to look over a lot of things that happened within the internal process. And I can surely say that the same thing will not happen again for sure, because we made lots of adjustments internally. 네.
네.
그리고 더 말씀하실 말씀 있으면은 말씀해 주시고 더 없으시면은 바로 이제 클로징 하는 것도 괜찮을 것 같습니다.
네. 뭐 사실 죄송하다는 말밖에 좀 드릴 수
네.
없는 것 같고 대신 이제 시즌 4 설명 잘 해주셨겠지만
네.
좀 준비 많이 했고 시즌 4 넘어서 이제 1주년까지 저희 지금 벌써부터 준비하고 있기 때문에
네네.
앞으로는 실망시켜 드리는 모습보다는 더 기대되고 재밌는 카오스 제로 나이트메어가 될 수 있도록 좀 최선을 다하도록 하겠습니다.
Instead of letting Protos down, like the things that happened before, including season 4, we prepared a lot that you'll be able to experience very soon, including starting from tomorrow's update, all the way to the year anniversary. We've already making plans for all the way to the year anniversary. And surely we will try to raise the bar on your expectations so you can enjoy Chaos Zero Nightmare as it is and more content and as a better game in the future. That's what I do want to promise as I come here today. 네, 그럼 여기서 마무리하도록 하겠습니다. Thank you everyone for watching GNN for season number 4. Hope everyone enjoyed the update tomorrow. Thank you for coming again, Director Choi. And we will close here. Enjoy the cookie and enjoy the season 4 of Galactic Disaster for Chaos Zero Nightmare.
私なんかが小隊長だから理想なんか
ファーストが必要とされる場所であればどこにでも向かい最初は失った記憶を取り戻そうとした。それが私たちに課された義務だよ。失った記憶の代わりに記憶を失うしかなかった理由を知った。そしてそれが私を帝国の軌道から逸脱させる理由になった。
じゃあファースト連続殺人の理由は？
殺人じゃない。還元だよ。帝国という軌道にとらわれたままじゃ真実を見ることはできない。私がチャンスを与えても連中はいつも最後まで無知だった。時間、空間、自由、制約、有限と無限、全部がごちゃ混ぜになったらどうなるのか知りたいと思わない？